Good morning, everyone. How are we all today? Let's have a quick look, see who's in. We've got June. We've got Graham Eason. We've got Mark Telfer. Morning, Mark. We've got Andy Duck Mel. We've got Christina Mackey. Good morning, Christina. Good morning, Andy Scott Bryan. Good morning up there in Dundee, Tina. Morning, Margaret Noakes. Good morning, Scott Haynes. Spanner Mac. Ange. I've got a funny feeling I know who's behind this box that's on the table. But we'll get to the box on the table in a second. It arrived 2 minutes ago. And it says on the label, Indie Truck Davy. So that tells me it's no a member of the family that sent it. That tells me it's a member of the wider family that sent it and the wider community. So in a wee minute, we'll have a wee look together, shall we? Who else is in? Aki's, Rosie, Graham Beanie, Leapshin, Stephen Nichol, Indy Scott Bryan, Jeanette Gilfillan, George Docherty, Desiree, Hootsman, Christ, busy show this morning. Last Braveheart, Kirsty Hamill, Lorraine Logue, Caroline Oates, Blue Sky Scott, Aaron Lanark. It's no bad here either. But as I say, before we get into the news review, this mystery box has appeared. Would anybody like me to open it? Put a yes in the comments, and if I get a yes in the next couple of seconds, I'll open it and we'll see what's in it. If no, I won't. Good morning, Alistair. Yes, get Christmas presents early. So I get Christmas presents early there, and Mel. I don't know what's in the box. As I say, the box has only just arrived. Now, would you like me to open it now, or would you like me to open it at the end of the show? I'll give you a couple of minutes to make your minds up. Oh, you want me to open it just now? Okay, I have a pair of scissors here for the tape. So here we go. We're facing the wrong way around apparently. Inside this box, which is Marks and Spencer's, there is another box, a green one. And in the corner here, there's a card. So let's have a wee look. Shall we have a wee look at the card and see what it says? As I say, I haven't opened this, folks. I'm just getting there. A little note it says on the card. And the other card tells me that everything in it's environmentally friendly and compostable and recyclable. Well, that's interesting. Okay, we'll put that there. And we'll open the card and see what it says. Merry Christmas and best wishes for 2026 for your pals, aka the audience. The Two Davies eyes on the prize. So it's for you guys collectively. That's lovely. I'm afraid I'm quite touched at that. You guys do so much for the community, as it is. And now you send me a present. I really am touched at that. I mean, I'm used to my mad two friends, Lynn and Cassie, sending me daft things. But that's really sweet, guys. I'm afraid you've caught me a bit half. A bit half guard this morning. That really has sort of taken my breath away. AKA the audience. The Two Davies eyes on the prize. Right, I guess we better have a look and see what's in this box since it's from you guys. So, green box out of the big box. If we can manage it. And we'll deposit the big box on the floor, where if the wife trips over it or the cat gets in it, I'll be on the naughty step. So we've got this lovely green box here. Marks and Spencer's in gold lettering. So here we go, and we'll see what's in it. Whatever it is packed in straw. Let's see if we can get it back up there. Nice box. We'll open it up and we shall remove the packaging. The straw that's holding it all together. Oh, just off my street, it looks like a box of sweet treats. So we have got all butter chocolate dipped fingers. Viennese. Very nice. That'll go nice with my coffee. We have a Victoria sponge cake. Buttery and fruity. Pretty hefty. We'll stick that on my wee desk here. So we've got chocolate biscuits. We've got Victoria sponge cake. Oh, this is really going to please Sarah. A lemon drizzle cake. I don't need to buy any cake for Christmas. And what we got here? Tiffin. What's a tiffin? Triple chocolate tiffin. Now, I don't know what tiffin is, but I'm going to definitely give it a try. No, it doesn't need batteries. What it needs is when I'm finished that a bloody diet. And the last thing in the box is this rather beautiful looking Marks and Spencer's tin in the form of a store, by the looks of it. And it says Original Penny Bazaar. Is that how Marks and Spencer started to do it, as a penny bazaar? I'm not sure, I need to look into it. So we'll get the lid open. And inside it is 40 fair trade M&S luxury golden tea bags. And the other one is also tea. 40 fair. So we've got a tin of tea and all the cake I could need to go with tea. Guys, thanks very much. I'm really touched, I am. Really touched. I'm not much of a tea drinker, but I will indulge. I will indulge myself and I will have tea with this cake. So I shall. I'll maybe even make up some sandwiches and cut them into nice little triangles. Okay. As I say, I'm pretty flabbergasted this morning. Thank you very much, folks. That's jolly decent of you. Right. We'll put the tin on the desk as well and slide it behind the keyboard. In fact, we'll put it all back in the box, I think. Then we'll close the box over. Take it off the table because Charlie Cat might want to get back up on the table. I'm going to be piling on the calories. Thanks to you guys. I have to say, that's really sweet of you guys. Look how beautiful this box is. I'm really, really touched, guys. I am. Put it all back together so that Madam Director gets to see it as it came. I say I'm really touched, guys. I really am. That's thrown me a bit this morning. I've not to go all posh on you in with the triangle cut sandwiches. Right, we'll put this over here. But we'll put it down here. We'll lift up the book because it's time to get started. But I must say thank you very much, guys. Thank you. That's so sweet. As I say, I'm touched. Took me by surprise this morning. Right, better get this one underway. It's Cindy Truck Davy out the truck and at home in his office on the 12th of the 12th. 2025, which means it's the day when David puts his decorations up. So after the show, it'll be office scrubbed. And I mean scrubbed, everything out. Floors, skirtings, everything scrubbed and dusted. And then we'll decorate the naughty step and Robert the Bruce behind me. So by the time we come back on Monday, we should be pretty well decorated, one hopes. The naughty step will get tinsel as usual. Or we might retire it for the season. No, we won't. But I mean, you guys as a community, you're so generous. Not just the others throughout Scotland, but within the community as well. So thanks very much. Right, now to the weather. Do you know, it's quite clear out there this morning, thin layer of cloud, but it's chilly, it's 5 degrees. Today's high will be 8 degrees. Humidity is at 87%, so the air is still extremely wet. And the wind speed is between 3 and 9 miles an hour, so basically a soft breeze. And the pollen count doesn't count as usual at 0. Okay, first up this morning, we have got the Herald, so let's find it and get it up. First up this morning, the Herald. What does the Herald tell us? Report lays bare growing crisis for doctors. Now, I've read this. It is a Scottish Government report. And I have to say, the reporting on the report from the Herald is pretty vague, folks. It talks about a crisis amongst doctors, but it doesn't tell us which branch of the NHS this crisis is in. Or is it general right across the board? I don't know until I see the actual report. But it is the Scottish Government's NHS Future Workforce Report, so I'll go and look for it. As I say, it's pretty vague. And of course, there's a budget coming up, and all the professions and all the public services are looking for more money. Oh, Stanley Baxter shuffled off his motorcar, has he? Sorry to hear that. And they, as I say, the reporting on this report is pretty vague. It just says that there's a shortage of doctors here in Scotland. Well, we've got more GPs per capita than anywhere else, and our surgical teams are pretty well better doctor staffed than. You're so happy for this. Can I ask if David Murray got something too? I haven't got a clue. I spoke to David this morning. We were talking about the situation in Venezuela, but that's for another time, as I say. So this report lays bare growing crisis for doctors. Budget coming. Everybody wants more money. But this is a Scottish Government report. Take it down, as I say. But the Herald's reporting on it is vague. And until we see the actual report, don't know whether it's just a bad story. Right, next up this morning, we've got the other rag pertaining to be one of the hard tops here in Scotland, the Scotsman. So let's get the Scotsman up. And what does that tell us? Peggy in vow to fight on as lawyer set to appeal ruling. Now, apparently, the judge made up some quotes. Now, people are saying they were made up quotes. Well, that's how quotes happen. People like me, you, and everybody else, we say something that's insightful, and it'll be picked up as a quote, and it'll be attributed to the person. All right, but apparently the judge apparently used false quotes. I don't know if it's a false quote or whether it was their quote, but what I'll tell you is that Sandy Peggy won on one issue, and that was the issue of the employer harassing her. All the other things were dismissed. Now, apparently it was a tight call for the NHS to have been classed to have harassed her on 4 occasions. 4. This goes back before the upper tier tribunal. They might actually overturn the whole lot and tell her no hen. But what it also will do is it will damage her employability going forward. I don't know who's advising Sandy Peggy, but if the person that was advising her was a wise person, they'd say to her, you've won your fight. with the NHS. Take whatever compensation package you're getting, get your head down and rebuild your career. But that's not what's happening here. And I can see this lass losing everything. So I can. Right, next up we'll get her answered, and as you know, we don't put her answered up. So what's her answered got for us this morning? Well, the answer has Sandy Peggy to appeal verdict. Trans row nurse, I won't wished. Okay, so apparently she's not going to be shutting up. She's going to appeal the judgment and try and win her case on all points. All right. Now, next up's the Sun. We don't put out up either. And the Sun goes on a football story, a fitty story. World Cup rip-off. FIFA set disgraceful ticket price. 500 quid to attend all 3 matches. And it says we'll be conning instead of we'll be coming. 500 quid for 3 games of football. That is a bit much, actually. Way over the top. Right, next up we'll get Daily Feel. What's it got? Let's have a look. Minister, Britain on a war footing. Warning from Labour, Al Cairns. As NATO chief says Europe must prepare for scale of war our grandparents endured. That is wrong in so many levels, folks. So many levels. For a start, modern warfare doesn't work the way it did in the Second World War, just as well because we don't have the manpower to fight that sort of war. But if Britain's on a war footing, we're in the shite. We have no coastal defences. We have no aerial defences. We don't have any manpower within the forces. And the equipment's all 30 years old. Britain's not on a war footing. It couldn't get on a war footing even if it fucking tried. And we don't have the skills and industry to be able to build up the military infrastructure required to go onto a war footing. This is fucking nonsense. And it's scaremongering. And it can be seen by the international community. How do you think Putin's going to take this? The UK ramping up for war. UK on a war footing. NATO telling Europe to get ready. Wow. This is nuts. I guess I better get my fucking boots polished. Because looking at the fucking snowflakes out there, the new. No my language, just using normal, everyday parlance for today. I'll need to get fucking tooled up. Because when I see the kids of the day, they're too busy hugging each other to fight. Which means all fucking idiots like me are going to have to get packed up. Better not tell the wifey. What a lot of rubbish for the Daily Feel. The UK's on a war footing. I guess that'll be India on the back burner, eh? Do you know, we've got a failing government fucking battering war drums here and a failing government battering war drums in America. America's about to set about the South American region. And we've got a failing government here talking about going to war. Kids don't want to fight wars. And I can't be fucked getting tooled up at my age. Jesus. I wonder how the class of 83 is going to feel about getting dragged out of retirement because these kids today don't want to fight. Think about it, the class of 83. Jesus. We're a lot of nonsense. What's the Looney Raggy Express go for us this morning? Britain on a war footing. Nobody been reading the fucking military dispatches. At this point in time, we couldn't fight our way out of a wet paper bag. Bloody nonsense. Right, what's the Looney Raggy Express go for us? Well, it's back on the Sandy Peggy story. Sandy Peggy, I won't be giving up fight anytime soon. You're going to end up broke and unemployed, lassie, but it's your choice. But you're not just going to end up broke and unemployed, you're going to end up broke and unemployable. It would appear your lawyer sees you as a decent fucking cash cow, silly girl. Oh, I hate it when people are getting them piss taken out of them. Right, next up with Times, what's that go? Peggy case thrown into doubt over false quotes. False quotes. You make up a quote and it's a false quote because somebody else hasn't done it before you. Away and bow your heads, you spanners. Second tier tribunal is going to kick this one into the long grass. Or just kick it. Right, prepare for war with the ruthless Russians, NATO chiefs tell Europe. Aye, right. I think some of these people are living in quite cuckoo land. Right, where we go? The Telegraph. What's the Telegraph go for us today? Let's get that up. Britain must not rely on US for defence. Well, at this point in time, the US isn't reliable at all. I wouldn't rely on Trump to make it to tomorrow morning, never mind be an ally. Well, Jesus. UK on a war footing. Britain must not rely on US for defence. UK and the American so-called special relationship, which Westminster likes to tub thump about, doesn't exist. And this banging of war drums, we've heard this before, and we hear it with every failing administration. Failing administrations tend to turn outwards and get people looking outwards. It takes their minds off what's happening here. Right, as I say, folks, the UK isn't fit for battle. It's no ready for battle. Oh, aye. Larry, you've got a new couple of videos coming out tomorrow morning. Folks, Larry the Cat's channel, have a look. It's quite good. And subscribe, please. Same with Reagan Elite and any of the other vloggers out there that you follow. But there is some good ones. It's Larry the Cat produces some really good stuff. So tomorrow morning, around about 10 o'clock, that'll be happening. So Larry the Cat's videos. So look them up. They're well worth it. After the Telegraph, we'll get a National. What's the National got for us this morning? This one is interesting. But first, Constance to survive sacking push as Greens refuse to back Labour and Tory. I told you that. I told you they were wasting their fucking time. But the main headline, Scotland office in Pravda-style bid to control the media. Now, apparently, Dougie Alexander and Anna Sarwar, according to this paper, according to the paper here, and what it's telling us is that surefire sign it's going badly for Labour as Alexander's department issues blocking order against journalists. So Dougie's trying to control the narrative, and apparently more than 450 jobs in pipeline as firm moves into refinery site. Heard it. We'll see what happens. And apparently pro-Palestinian protesters were dragged from a hotel hosting event attended by Starmer. So it would appear the controversy of our Palestinian action is not going away. It's following Starmer about what a bad smell, as it should. But the Labour Party is in real trouble, folks. The cuckoos in the nest are battering down the hatches, and they know they're going to take a fucking leathering. Dougie Alexander and Anna Sarwar are about as popular as a fart in an elevator or a sexually transmitted disease. Take your choice. But it is true that Labour are in trouble, though. That last poll had them at 16%, with Reform 2 in front of them at 18%. I don't know if I like Reform as the official opposition. We've seen the chaos that the cuckoos in the nest have created, disrupting the Parliament and wasting the public budget. How do you think this bloody Reform mob will be? Unbelievable. Right, then we're a national, and I don't mean literally, I mean take it down. And next up we've got Metro. What's the Metro got for us this morning? The Metro has worst crash of my life. And this is Sir Chris Hoy, if you want to call him Sir Chris Hoy. It just says Hoy breaks leg in cycling accident. Worst crash of his life, as if he doesn't have enough problems with the cancer. And he's went and broke his leg as well. Let's hope it doesn't worsen his condition. Eh? And of course, right on time, that gets us to the Star. And what's the Star got for it this morning? This one I quite like, actually. It's quite funny. So it is. Migrant hides in nativity, run away in a manger. Now, it might be quite hard to see, so let's put it back onto the other screen. I'll put myself down the corner. It doesn't help. Anyway, the figure there is actually an African fella. Obviously, he's here seeking asylum. And whatever he did, he was running for the police and he hid in the manger. The police couldn't see him, but apparently the mayor walked by. The mayor walked by and spotted him standing in the back of the manger and tried to play a wise man. Yeah, so he wasn't that wise. There was only supposed to be 3 of them. He was there as number 4. But hey, the Christians will love that one, taking refuge in a manger. Isn't that what Mary and Joseph did? Ah, dear. Ah, dearie. That cheered me up. That cheered me right up. Right, let's get short of that. I'll stick it in the chair here. Because the shelf I normally put it on's got the box on it. Right. We'll get this one wound up and let Reagan a week go on. But thanks very much for your kind gift, audience. As I say, I'm really touched. I'll leave it in the box as it is so that Sarah can see it as well. Thank you very much. You're such a generous people. But, I mean, there's a new advert out there now by the Scottish Government talking about how here in Scotland we still do community. We still look after each other. And we try to foster that here. Don't care whether you're green, orange, blue, black, yellow, you're welcome. Don't care where you come from. You live here in Scotland, you're one of us. Simple as that. And if you get given the right to vote, vote in the interests of the people of Scotland. And keep your eyes on the prize, guys. The prize this time is the 2026 election and a massive majority. What comes after that? We shall live and learn. We shall live and learn. Okay, now it's the weekend. Have a good weekend, everybody. Try not to get too frantic with the shopping. It can be a stressful time of year. Oh, aye, and don't forget tonight, 5 o'clock, Friday Frolics, folks, with Daily Blasé. I was watching him and Random Scottish History on Young Reagan Elite's channel last night. Well, I wasn't watching, I was listening, I was at work. Quite enjoyed it. Although Young Reagan Elite has some real technical problems, and he dropped off leaving Darren and Jenny to talk together for 20 minutes, I believe. But that's the way it goes. Thanks, Scotsman. A truly great week of shows. Thank you. Now, listen, guys, good weekend. Look after yourselves. Eyes on the prize. Independence, independence, independence. See you on Monday morning. Don't be late, because you know where that ends you. That ends you back there. There on the naughty step, and the candle's got a nice big burner on it. You get a serious, and I'll also drop a wee note to Santa to tell me you've been on the naughty step, so you don't get any presents either. So Monday, 10:30.